All right, everybody. So I know you're saying, you know, I go to the home store like every year, and I got to buy a new dang hose every single time. Why don't these things last? Why didn't somebody make one that's like, you know, like a super hose? Why doesn't somebody? Well,
a super hose?
They finally did. My good friend Luca Puto is here. Yes, it has the strength of 100 hoses. It's called the Bionic Steel hose.
Yes.
I know what you're saying. You're saying, how can anybody make a garden hose out of steel? Well, until now, they haven't been able to do it, but they did it. And this thing is ridiculous. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. This hose is going to last you years and years and years. You know, your regular hoses will hold 60, 80, 100 PSI. This 600 PSI.
Isn't that amazing?
Which means this thing is not going to break in the wintertime. You can leave it out in the snow.
Absolutely.
You're not going to hurt this hose. It could be the last hose you ever need to buy, Lou.
No, it very well could be. And, you know, people look at me like I'm crazy when they say that.
Look at it.
I'm one of those guys that every season or every 6 months or more, I end up buying a new hose, okay? It's in the quest for the lighter hose, for the stronger hose. This hose is made of stainless steel, so it's not going to corrode. You can leave this out all year round. You saw what I was doing a moment ago. It won't kink.
No,
okay?
can't.
It won't crush. It won't cut. So if you run it over with your lawnmower, you're not going to have a problem. If you hit it with the hedge clippers by accident, if you get knots in it like this, it's not going to stop the flow of the water going through this.
I love that.
And it weighs less than a traditional hose. So there's so many good features. It even has metal fittings on the end of this.
It's
you know,
beautiful.
I hate the plastic ones on. Now, you mentioned that this has a 600-pound PSI rating, okay?
Right.
So that's 600 pounds of pressure. Now you're thinking to yourself, going, when would I use that? You ever left a garden hose out in the sun sitting on your driveway?
Sure.
And then you come back and it's burst?
Yeah.
That's because that water heats up and it increases the pressure inside the hose.
Right.
That's not going to happen with this. Now,
and this is not a reflective material, so it soaks up the heat.
Right.
It's like a hot balloon out
right,
there.
exactly, exactly. So let me show you a real quick demonstration. By the way, we've got 3 different lengths this morning for you, okay? We've got 50 feet, we've got 75 foot, and we've got 100 foot. So you can make any combination of lengths that you want with these.
They're all on FlexPay, by the way, and they all have extra flex, four FlexPay right there. You can see what they are on the different ones. But let me give you a heads up. Start ordering. 200 people, even before we got to it, have already ordered it.
Like that.
It goes fast.
People have been waiting. We've sold out of these a week or 2 weeks ago.
One time, you brought them out.
One time, and people have been waiting for it to come back. Now watch this. This is maybe the best demonstration I can show you when it comes to the hose, okay? We've got a regular garden hose here, and I want you to see this. I can kink that with no problem. See what I just did right there?
Right.
No problem at all. Can't do that with the Bionic hose. But this is the big deal. When you have a hose and you drag it across the pavement back and forth, when you have a hose and you hit it with your lawnmower or anything like that, look at the cut that I just put in this hose right there. Okay, that's going to be spewing water all over the place. Watch this. If I take do the same thing with the Bionic hose, watch this.
All day.
I could be here all day doing this, and it's not doing it.
You're going to need a new saw.
Yeah, I'm dulling the blade on the saw by doing it. I mean, but look at that. So you can see this is going to last a long time. Now, like a lot of people out there, it's not just tough, though. It's lighter than a traditional hose, okay? Look at the scale we have here, because I'm one of those people, I went and bought all those expandable hoses because I wanted something light, and I got tired of dragging it around. Look at what we got going on here. This guy right here is sitting on the scale. This is a traditional 100-foot rubber hose, and it's about 14.5 pounds, okay?
Right.
Our hose, and it's steel, mind you, and you would think steel would be heavier, it's actually 2.5 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a lighter hose that's the same length, and it's actually stronger.
It's the way it's made. You have the overlapping layers of steel, right?
Watch this.
And we'll show you. This is, go ahead, Lou, I'll let you talk to it.
There's a regular hose on the inside of this, okay, like a regular rubber hose, and then it's wound with bands of stainless steel all the way around. And that's what gives it that rigidity. It stops it from bursting and won't let you kink it if you want to. Now, let's go over here because I want to show you a really nice example of how this is going to play out in your regular everyday life, okay? Now, for a lot of folks out there, we take our hoses and we put them on reels like this.
I have one of these.
Okay,
yes, I have this.
If you have a rubber hose, okay, and it's been sitting for a while, first of all, it doesn't want to wind up.
No.
Second of all, this is just 100 feet on here. Feel the difference right here. Roll that back and forth.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Look at how kinked up it is, too.
This is 100 feet of our hose sitting on here, the Bionic hose. We could fit another one on here, 200 feet on the same size.
Unbelievable.
But feel the difference here. You're going to laugh. Feel that.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh my God.
Is that crazy?
It's like a spool of thread.
It is.
It's like a dang spool of thread.
No, but here's where it gets interesting, okay? Watch this. I've got 2 different items right here that we put them in. I've got a flower pot with 100 feet of hose in it, and I've got just a regular bucket that you would use to do your wash your car or whatever. So if you live in an apartment, a condo, someplace like that, or RV, a boat, and you don't have the room for a 100-foot hose, guess what, guys? Now you do. You just coil it up.
So let me tell you something. I heard about this hose.
Yes.
I heard about what your last airing about it, and I was like, yeah. But what Okay, I'm buying this hose because I have, and not only that, but I don't know what the material is in this, but my hose thing got kind of moldy and nasty. They get really nasty, and it's so disorganized. And this is really cool looking. It takes up less space. It's lighter weight. Yes, it's stronger. All right, we are extremely busy. We have 10 minutes left in the rest of HSN today. You want to get something good for Dad for Father's Day?
Yeah.
I know, and the dads love this stuff.
No, they're gonna love this, and I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. For me, part of my frustration is when I'm washing the car, washing the boat.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm doing something like that.
And you see what he did?
Oh, wait till you see what I did over here. All right, so I want you to see this. I've got 2 hoses. All right. This now, believe it or not, there's water going into both of these hoses right now. Okay. I don't even have a nozzle on the end of the rubber hose because look at the knots that are in this. It's stopping the water from coming through. Now, I want you to look at the Bionic hose, though.
Wait,
pull on that. Pull.
Wait, look.
He's
got it done like 50. He's got all these. Look at all the knots he has.
I think there's like a dozen knots in this. Okay,
no,
but seriously, pull on it. Pull. Put some. Okay, watch this.
So we're.
And trust me when I'm telling you, we're both pulling on this pretty hard.
Lou.
And you cannot stop the flow of water. If that isn't worth the price of admission, just to be able to do that. Is that cool?
I am so dang impressed by this. It's ridiculous.
Amazing. You want to see something else impressive?
Yeah, keep going.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to the driveway, and I want to show you something, okay? So I've got 100 feet of hose that are, or 50 feet of hose that's out here right now. Now, I want you to see this, okay? Because I have to drag my hose across a paver patio every time I use it. Watch this. Watch the way I can collect the hose up so quickly and easily, just like that. And then if I really want to put the hose up, now watch this.
Like a serpent.
Yeah, this is so easy to do. And this is what I'm doing at my house. Watch the way that I can collect this. Could you do this with your hose at home?
That's ridiculous.
Look at that. So if you're putting it into a bucket, you're putting it into a pail or something like that, look how quickly. And I'm not sweating. It's that quick and easy to do.
All right, it's lighter, it's more durable.
Awesome hose.
I love the fact, you know, my dad would have loved about this is that he doesn't have to bring it inside in the wintertime.
Yes.
He hated that. For some reason, he's like, I gotta get that dang hose. Because you know why? Because they freeze in the winter and
they freeze
and then they're ruined.
They are.
Yeah.
They're done. You don't have to worry about that with this hose. This hose is gonna stand up to anything that you can throw to it. Okay? That's what's amazing. I mean, look at this right here. There's your hose sitting out there. And you can, and people ask me,
what am I looking at? Is it frozen in a block of ice?
It's frozen in a block of ice. And it still works when you do that. And that's the big deal about this, is that it's not a hose you have to baby. It's not a hose you're going to replace. Now, I personally, in my quest for the perfect hose, I have bought several of those expandable hoses, and we've all done it. I know we have, because we want something that's lighter, we want something that's going to be compact, and we want something that's going to give us that long length of hose that we can use, okay? Problem with those is they wear out, they burst. I've replaced mine 4 or 5 times now. That's not going to happen with steel. Stainless steel.
This is as big a deal as like the you know the insulated mugs that we have.
Yes.
You remember how that changed the world
I have
for everybody?
One in ombre black.
Yes, we love that. Or the and there's a famous brand of cooler that everybody. But it's very expensive.
Yes.
These are about the same price as a regular hose.
But it works well, and that's the thing. That's why people are willing to pay premium.
Why we love them.
And these are the same price as a regular hose. In fact, they're even less. That's the big deal. But for me, it's the durability. For me, it's the weight, the reduction in weight, and it's the fact that I can use a longer length of hose and put it in this smaller space than a traditional hose. That's such a big deal.
Some of the more industrial hoses, they try to weave some metal mesh inside them.
Yeah, they do.
To give them more strength, but that's not, mesh is not that. That's not, those are stainless steel.
Stainless steel
wrapped
windings.
around a regular hose to give it incredible durability.
Look at that.
But at the same time, it's flowing, it's soft, it moves, like we said, it's serpentine. It moves like a snake.
It's like a little steel serpent. It really did. And that's the thing about the way that this is wound. And look what I'm doing here. I am kinking this together with my fingers right here, and I'm trying really hard to kink this side together. I cannot get that to kink, okay? It won't do it. That's the thing about this hose. Now, this one, I don't even have to tie that in a knot. I can take this hose, and I can tie, I love this, I can tie this into a knot. You know what's funny? So I was throwing the hose around before, okay? And I got this horrible knot in it. I mean, it was just like this amazing knot that I couldn't have done if I tried. And guess what? The water still went through the hose.
Yeah, that's a really...
You know what I mean?
Listen, I have one water bib in my house, okay? And it's on the other side of the house where the driveway is not.
Right.
Why they did that, I have no idea. So anyway, I have a 100-foot of hose. You know what it is to run a 100-foot of hose around your house?
Oh, yes, I do.
And every time I do it, it knocks over, like I have a little garden fence, it knocks the fence over. Yeah. It does all this stuff, and it kinks I gotta run around and figure out where it's kinked as it's going around the house.
Right.
You'll never get a kink in this hose. This hose will never freeze on you.
Right.
This hose will never rust on you. I mean, literally, without a hacksaw, you're gonna have a hard time damaging this saw.
Let's talk about that, because I'm one of these guys that if I have a sprinkler out in the lawn or I have something out there, I'm gonna be using it every day. I don't want to pull it in every time I want to cut the grass or do something like that, okay? So with a rubber hose, I'm gonna put this down on the table, and I want you to see what's gonna happen, okay? If I put the hose down here, and I've already made one cut in this, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna take my saw and watch the way you can actually see the bits of rubber coming off of this. So if you nick this with your hedge clippers, if you hit this with the lawnmower, it's not, or drag it across your paver patio or it gets caught on the side of something, you know what I mean? It's very easy to split this, but if I do the same thing with the Bionic hose, watch this. I could sit here, whoop, come on, get out of the way. I could sit here, thanks buddy. I could sit here, and I'm even putting more pressure on this. Look at this.
I mean, honestly, Lou, it's not even scratching it.
It's not even scratching it. I mean, this is really high quality stainless steel that's on here, so you're not gonna have to worry about babying this thing. And you know, so you're telling the story about how you get your hose out to where you are.
Right.
I have one spigot on the side of my house. All right, sounds like a familiar story, right? And I have to make a 100-foot run out to my seawall, okay? Well, I have to go across through a fence. I got to go across the paver patio. I got to go around metal furniture, and it never winds through the same way. The rubber hose every single time will get kinked, and the water flow stops. Has not happened in the 2 months that I've had my Bionic hose. Well, it's actually made my life better.
I think you throw that in with the fact of how easy it is to store, how lightweight it is. It's lighter weight than the comparable hose. All right, here's what I will tell you, though. I've got about 175 in the 100-foot left. So which is unfortunate for me, because that's the one I would have bought. All right, he just great, Kyle.
You know,
Kyle said there's 100 left now, so it looks like I am not ordering. I guess I got to go for the 75.
Or if you get two 50s, this is the way this works. If you put two 50s together, that's 100 feet.
I can do that. Get a little coupler?
Yes.
Can I do that? All right. I don't feel so bad.
You don't need a coupler. The two ends fit together.
Oh, really?
That's how hoses work.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
It's a thing.
I've never bought more than one.
Right.
Because they always break. I'm like, I'm not buying another hose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at this now. You're going to appreciate this. If you're one of the folks out there that has a big 100-foot rubber hose and you try to look at this. It won't even stay on here. You try to reel it up like this. This thing takes up every inch of this, and it weighs a ton.
Lou.
Well, it's a backbreaker trying to roll this up. Okay. But look at the Bionic hose. I've got room